Hey everybody, it's good to talk to you again. I have to say, I'm all out of excuses. So, I came off of my extended fast, my 30-day fast, and I eased back into eating for 2.5 days. And then I basically turned into a Hoover vacuum, and I've just been eating nonstop for the last 5 to 6 days. And I have to say, I'm surprised by how rapid the weight gain has been, in that I have put on every pound that I lost during my 30-day fast. But I'd like to qualify that a little bit. I made the mistake of coming out of the fast and not going directly into ketosis. And I did such because I was reading about which foods would be best coming out of the fast, and I tried to match up with those foods. And there wasn't a whole lot of information available on coming out of the fast and going directly into ketosis. Because it was the longest fast I'd ever done, I didn't want my system not to get rebooted properly. So I saw people were eating yogurt. I saw people were eating fruit. So instead of coming directly out of the fast and into ketosis, I thought it would be okay to ease back into it. Unfortunately, and I don't know if it's due to the fast or due to not being in ketosis, probably some combination of the two, I didn't want to do anything but eat. Like, I was just famished, and it didn't matter how much I ate. I could not get satisfied. I mean, I could physically feel that my stomach was full. It didn't matter. I just wanted to eat. And I think it was probably psychological from the extended fast, and also physiological from not being in ketosis, because when I'm in ketosis, I can get satiated. Whereas when I'm not in ketosis with my insulin resistance problems, satiation is fleeting. However, what I will say is that I actually believe that I still probably lost 1/3 of a pound to 1/2 pound of fat most days of my extended fast, which would mean that somewhere between 10 and 15 pounds of fat loss occurred. Now, even though I went directly back to the weight I was prior to starting the fast, I think some of that weight had already been accounted for before the fast, in that prior to starting that 30-day fast, I was already in ketosis, which means that I had depleted my body of glycogen, I had already reduced the water weight that was stored in my body, and I was on a very low calorie diet, which was 700, 800 calories a day. So I didn't have much food weight in my system either. At this point in time, I have a lot of food weight. I have repleted my glycogen stores, which means that I've stored up a bunch of extra water weight that I didn't have. So once I get back in ketosis, I think a lot of that weight will go away, and I'll be back down in probably the mid to high 230s again, meaning that I had lost maybe 15 pounds of fat during my extended fast, which is what I expected. Now, I may have put on a pound or two of fat in the last week just because we've been eating terribly. My wife had deals that she had saved up from restaurants that she had been missing that we wanted to go to. I was on jury duty, and towards the end of the week, I was meeting, because the jury duty gave us long lunches, I was meeting my wife for long lunches, and we were going out to eat then. And normally I would be picking keto foods, but because I wasn't in ketosis, I was splurging. Then when it came time for the end of the week, and I'm like, okay, I really need to get back on track, she's like, well, we have people coming over for Easter on Monday. Might as well just wait till after that. I'm like, yeah, okay. It's easy to talk me into continuing to eat. Then come Tuesday, we were like, well, we have all these leftovers from Easter. Let's go ahead and clean this up, and then we can start. So now it's Wednesday. I'm going back to work. All of our leftovers are gone or stored away in the freezer where I don't have to worry about them. My jury duty's over. I'm back to my normal routine. And I really, actually, there's a couple of things that are going on that make me not feel all that good when I'm not in ketosis too. I feel more bloated, and I don't think as clearly as when I'm in ketosis, or at least I don't feel like I do. So I really am ready to get back into ketosis. And if you noticed during my 90-day weight loss videos, the quickest way that I thought to get back into ketosis was to do a short fast. And so I am starting. Today is day 1. So far, I've been fasting for right at 12 hours. And so I'm going to aim for a 60-hour fast to get me back into ketosis. My wife says she's doing it as well because since I was eating poorly, she was right there with me. Now, she doesn't really need to lose any weight. She doesn't have the weight gain problems that I do, but she wants to get back on track. So she says she's going to do a 2-day fast as well if she can get through it. So hopefully that's going to help me stick to mine as well. And so I'm going to try to do a 60-hour fast just to get back into ketosis because, I feel bad. I feel like I'm very happy that I did that extended fast because I want the anti-cancer, anti-Alzheimer's, autophagy effects. I want, or autophagy, however you pronounce that. I want all those health benefits that come from fasting, regardless of the weight loss. And it's something that I plan on utilizing to keep myself on track long term. Long term, and probably for the rest of my life. Just like ketosis is something that I plan on using long term to keep me on track and keep me healthier for the rest of my life. So yes, I've been eating terribly for about a week now, and it is kind of discouraging because all that weight came back. But then on the other hand, I know a lot of it is kind of, I don't want to call it fake weight because it's there, it's on the scale, but it's weight that had already been accounted for prior to the fast. So I don't think I actually undid all of the fat loss from the fast. But even if I did, I still think the fasts are worthwhile. So fat loss on the fast is nice, but it's not the only benefit. Anyway, I'm going to do a 60-hour fast now to get back into ketosis, which hopefully will drop me 10 or 12 pounds over the course of a week, which will get me back to where I feel like I did get some fat loss benefits from the fast. I still need to lose another 20 to 30 pounds of fat, in my opinion. I need to put on 20 or 30 pounds of muscle, so I'm going to be using intermittent fasting and ketogenic diet to try to do that. And, I'm going to be probably on a ketogenic diet for the rest of my life, at least the majority of the time. And so if I have a week where I don't do as well as I think I should be doing, I really can't let it get me down too much because this is supposed to be a permanent way of life for me. And if it's a permanent way of life and I slip for a week, it's not that big of a deal, right? I did very well for 3 months. I did an extended fast for a full month. I'm not going to say that I earned the right to cheat for a week, but it's not that big of a deal in the overall grand scheme of things, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I was pretty down on myself about it the last few days, and my wife just kept telling me, she said, you're just going to get back into ketosis. It might take you a little while to get back to where you were, but it's not that big of a deal because you know how to do it. And I said, yeah, you're right. I finally know how to do it. I know how to manage my weight. I know how to manage my eating. And that doesn't mean that I'm always going to do it perfectly. But what it does mean is that when I get off track like I have this week, I'm going to be able to get back on track like I'm going to do over the next week. So I am actually excited to get back into ketosis so I can start feeling better again and get some of this weight off. What is interesting is even though I put on the 30 pounds I lost in 30 days, I put 30 pounds on in, 9 days now, over the course of the last 9 days. A lot of that is food and water weight, I know, but my waist size hasn't changed. And it does seem like I've got gotten a body recomposition situation going on where, my stomach is really full and so it's kind of sticking out there. But other than that, my body doesn't look any different than it did. It looks a little different than it did at the end of the fast in that like my arms and legs look more plump, but my waist didn't grow. So I think it put down some muscle right after I came off the fast. And that makes sense too. So this rapid weight gain coming off of the fast is due to several issues, in my opinion. Number one, you're going to put on food and water weight immediately. Because I went back on carbohydrates, I put on a bunch of glycogen and water weight that I didn't have prior to starting the fast, which I think is why I was able to get all the way back up to the weight that I had before the fast. But also, I kept talking about my lightheadedness. That's all due to decreased blood volume. Well, once my body repleted that blood volume, I had to gain several pounds from that as well. So food, water weight, blood volume, probably a pound or two of fat because of how terrible I ate over the course of the week. All of that stuff adds up pretty quickly. Now, I do feel more energetic than I did at the end of the fast. But I haven't been exercising the last week with jury duty and everything going on. So basically this whole week has just been shot as far as health is concerned. So I need to get back on track. I need to start exercising more and more than I was while I was fasting. And I need to start eating in ketosis again, which I'm going to start doing probably Friday now because it's Wednesday. My 60-hour fast will put me right into the middle of Friday. So probably around Friday at lunch should be my first keto meal. And I've already got it stocked up. I'll tell you what, I've got ham, I've got kielbasa, I've got stuff that I'm ready to eat. And what I did too, you guys should do this too. Right now, hams are on sale because of Easter, and so whatever was left over is on sale. Go grab one or two and stick it in your freezer. I got a fully cooked ham for 89 cents a pound. I mean, we keep talking about how expensive keto diet can be. That's almost free. 89 cents a pound? I mean, come on, where can you eat for 89 cents a pound? Especially food that's pretty much already prepared. All you got to do is cut it and warm it up. I like to fry it up with eggs, so I'm really looking forward to eating that ham. I had some ham on Easter, but didn't have very much left over, and so I'm glad that I grabbed another one. I would have grabbed more than one, except I'm limited on freezer space because anytime I find a good deal on meat, I stock it up. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys, for your support. I mean, really, I don't know if I'd be getting back on track this quickly if it wasn't for you guys. And I'm thankful to you guys because you're here to support me and here to watch my videos, which gives me the expectation of myself that I will actually do well and continue to make progress, so that I can show you guys that even somebody like me who has food problems and hasn't been able to do it their whole life can actually use this lifestyle in order to be healthier. And I absolutely am healthier. I mean, I can get down on the floor with my kid and play. I couldn't do that when I was 400 pounds, right? I can go out and walk for miles at a time. We go to theme parks and I can fit on the rides and everything. So things are absolutely better for me. Other than at the end of my fast, I'm still the lightest that I've been in years. Well, really since getting out of high school. But I still have another 20, 30 pounds to go. So hopefully that doesn't, I figure that probably will happen over the course of the next 6 months, I guess. Because I'm not going to be as low calorie as I was when I was losing weight super rapidly. But we'll see. I don't know. Jason Whitrock has that video where he's doing 4,000 calories a day and he's still staying the same weight or losing a little bit of weight. So once I start eating in ketosis again, maybe I'll lose weight rapidly even though I'm eating extra calories too. It's going to be kind of an experiment for us all. So anyway, thanks a lot for sticking around. I hope you had a great Easter. It's time for me to get back to work on myself because I'm all out of excuses. And hopefully I'll see you all later.